Nehemiah 9 and 10 was about cleansing the inside so that the build can last. Nehemiah 11 and 12 was about something just as critical: who actually lives inside of what God has rebuilt and how it's sustained. A finished structure without people, without order, without celebration, that will eventually decay. Remember, God didn't call them to build this wall just to have this immaculate structure for them to gaze at. He actually wants to populate the build, and that's the same for your business. Welcome back to Kingdom Legacy Blueprint. My name is Jewett Payne. I'm your legacy coach, and I'm excited for this Nehemiah series. You are back for video 6 of 7. We're almost there, guys. We've been surveying through the entire book of Nehemiah this month as part of the Nehemiah 52-day build. So I hope that this has been a blessing to you. I hope there's been something that you have been feeling that you need to build, that God is calling you to either build or rebuild, and this video has helped support you. So if this is your first time here, I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell. You don't want to miss any of these videos. I want you to go back and watch video 1 through 5, which is Nehemiah 1 through 10. Okay, because today we're jumping into 11 and 12. All the pieces have to connect. So get your notebook, get your pen, take your notes. We are building something dynamic. So let's start today. Nehemiah chapter 11. So again, the wall is completely built. Everything is there structurally, but the people need to be in the space. Remember, God is all about the people. He wants a relationship with us. Even from the beginning with Moses, when they built the tabernacle, he said, I want to be the God that dwells among you. You need to know that I am your God. I'm here in the presence of these people that he loved for whatever gracious reason. He loves us and wants to be in our presence, and we need his presence as well. He wants this relationship with us. It's absolutely amazing. So same thing here. God wants this space to be occupied by the people. Now the issue is that people didn't want to necessarily move back to Jerusalem. Remember, they're the center of attention now. This place has been ruined for over 70 years, and now everything is back intact. Everyone is watching them. So a lot of other armies are like, okay, they're building their wall. Okay, now we're going to attack them. We're going to take all of their things. So they're more vulnerable. Even though there's a wall, they are vulnerable to attack because they are brand new. People are watching them. These other countries want to tear them down. But at the same time, this is part of God's vision. God gave this vision to Nehemiah. He instilled it in the people. They all built this wall, built the whole structure. And if it's just vision without people, this is just architecture. This isn't a dwelling place. This isn't something that can actually build. And that goes for your business as well. Like we said in the last video, it's like having a funnel with no traffic, or having a product with no users, or having a brand with no community. There has to be people for this to actually be a business. So yes, you created the service. Yes, you created the product, but the people have to actually come. So let's see how Nehemiah handled this. Right away in Nehemiah 11:1, it says, now the leaders of the people lived in Jerusalem. So they were setting the tone. They were being the example. They were like, you know what? We are the leaders. We are going to be the trailblazers. We're going to be the forerunners. We're going to be the ones who are going to live in Jerusalem first. And then they began to cast lots to decide who else. Because remember, people didn't want to live there. They're like, man, I don't know if I want to sacrifice to come into this land. So there were some people they had to cast lots to decide who would come in. But there were also those who volunteered. And it says that they were blessed. They blessed the people who volunteered. And, you know, they were probably happy. They were like, okay, you guys volunteered. Thank you so much to live in Jerusalem. You know, it was a great build, but a lot of people were still kind of worried about moving into this space. Now that can make sense. It's something that's brand new. People are terrified of what's to come, but you have to remember, you have to have that faith. God did not call you to build that for it to fall apart. That would be a waste. Why would God do that? He did not call you to build something for it to fall apart. So you have to cultivate it. You have to put the people in place. You have to make sure you market and ask individuals like, hey, do you want to be a part of this team? Do you want to be a part of this mission? Are you going to help to continue to build this, help it scale, help it to flesh out? That is how this goes. With my business ventures, I have individuals who have committed to the vision of my brand, and they're on my team because they believe in the vision of the brand. You have to sell that to your team. You have to show them your passion by leading it first. Like, yo, I'm committed to this. Now, like, haphazardly, I may get to this. I kind of put that on the back burner and I'll get to it eventually. And you're asking people to be on your team. That's how this works. You have to be dedicated, which we're going to talk about a little bit, dedicating this wall. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But you have to be dedicated yourself first for other individuals to jump in on the mission and vision that you have. Now, Nehemiah 11, verse 3 through 24. I'm not about to read these names to y'all because half of these names, you know, we can't even pronounce. Okay, so I'm not about to waste my time doing that. But the whole point is God chose specific individuals to have specific roles. We had the gatekeepers, we had the leaders, we had the overseers, we had the priests, we had the Levites. Everyone had a specific task as they went into Jerusalem. So that the place is populated, but now everyone has a specific role in this population, which is awesome. So oftentimes growth requires specialization. Yes, you have different people on your team, but you need to use their specialized skills. You are a Levite, you are a musician, you are a priest, you're an overseer, you're a leader, you are a gatekeeper. Everyone has a specific role, and they can own that role and specialize in that specific role and help everything to grow and scale dynamically. Everyone doing everything can equal burnout. I'm telling you, everyone has to be delegated to a specific task so they can stay in their lane. See, the thing with my business and the reason I started this channel is, man, from the beginning, it would just be me doing everything. Or I may have someone jump in and support here and there, but then there's this imposter syndrome part. Imposter syndrome can feel like, yo, I'm not good enough, I can't do it. But it can also be on the reverse side as well. It can say like, man, I'm the only one who can do this. That was me. That's not good. That's being selfish. That's not helping people to specialize, building a team, helping them to operate in their dynamic gifts and helping me myself to operate in my dynamic giftings. If I'm doing everything, it's not going to grow. It's too many things to juggle. You want to stay in your lane, lock in, and focus. Everyone needs to have a clear role in order to scale, because undefined roles is going to bring friction. Some people are like, oh, this is the task I was going to do, or now this person is taking over. You're just having all this friction. Everyone, what is your unique ability? And let's operate in our unique abilities. And that's what God was setting up here as people were moving back into Jerusalem. Now, I want to make sure to say this. Not everyone has the same assignment. Yes, there were people who moved into Jerusalem, those who were called, those who, decided that they wanted to move in. That's absolutely awesome. But there are people who still lived in the surrounding towns, and that's absolutely amazing as well. Everyone has a specific role. Okay, now everyone wants to be in front of the camera like this. There are some people who are behind the scenes, and that is great. The scriptures tell us that there are certain body parts, some that are more exposed, some that are more private, some that are more hidden, and those are very important as well. So everyone had a specific role. It didn't matter location, it didn't matter visibility. It just matters if everyone is following the same vision. Now, Nehemiah chapter 12. This is the origin story. This is the foundation. The first few verses start off talking about different individuals, the priests and the Levites over the years. So this is backtracking, giving a list of names. Now, this whole book has a list of names, and that is terrific because God cares about each and every individual. He wants to write down everyone who's part of the family of Israel, everyone's roles. All this is documented so that future generations can understand what this legacy is that they're a part of. Imagine if we're building all of this for our family and friends and none of it is written down or documented like this. We are building something dynamic. These videos even, if you're on YouTube building videos, if you're building products and services, that is legacy. It needs to be documented. It needs to be written. You need to make that book. You need to go ahead and pass this on to your children and your children's children. That is the significance of this. So this may feel a little detached because we're like, okay, we don't know these individuals, these names, we can't really understand, but this is all part of God's story. This also shows us that the vision did not start with us. Now, you may be the first generation starting a business for your family, but you may be that second or third generation, and your forefathers were the ones that started the business. That is absolutely amazing. So you want to continue to move forward in this vision and add value to people's lives with excellence. In verse 30, we see that the purification came before the celebration. These people are about to have a party. The wall is built. People are moving back in, but there's purification first. God is all about consecrating us. He wants us to be consecrated. He wants our systems and our businesses to be consecrated. That means our ethics should be on point. Our operations should be on point. Our pricing, we shouldn't be trying to get over on people. All of our processes, all of these things are aligned and purified and led by God. And the best way to go is like, man, God, how do you want me to build this out? And to have a supporting team around you, spirit-led individuals who are helping you to build out your business with integrity. And then we got the celebration. So now we got Ezra, we got Nehemiah. They over here setting up choirs. I know Ezra and Nehemiah and them could sing. I know he was a governor and all of that, but I didn't know they could sing and set up choirs and choir director stuff. But they had the whole worship team together. They put everything together to give praise and glory to God. And it says that their worship was so huge that it went far. I'm pretty sure all the other nations, the surrounding nations and everything, heard them worshiping God. It became a witness. It became a testimony. So as you build this out, again, you are not putting that light under a basket. You're not building this and in 5 years passing, you never did anything. What is that? No, you need to put it out there. You need to start marketing yourself. I've been telling, if you are watching this, you're one of my coaching clients. You already know, I've been telling y'all, market yourself. I have some clients, they have a whole suite of products already. I'm like, how are you marketing this? Why am I seeing you post something maybe once every 2 weeks or something that's not related to what you're building out? You need to be putting this out there because it's a value add. Your whole purpose in business is to add high level value to people's lives. That's it. Not to make all this money, not to do all these things or travel and all that stuff. Those are byproducts of it, yes. But at the end of the day, Your business is adding high level value to people's lives. So in order to add value, you're gonna have to put it out there and present it before people and show them that you have behind the scenes been watching these videos, joining the challenges, getting everything you need infrastructurally so that you can put it out there and serve the people. So you want that worship to get out there, you want the celebration, you want the news to spread about what you have created. Not for you, it's for God's glory and it's to add value to them. Think about the surrounding nations. The location of Jerusalem was at a central location around all these enemy armies, yes, but imagine if they used that opportunity to bring all of them to Christ, to show all of them Jesus, which Jesus showed us when he came. He said, yo, go make disciples of all nations. Okay, so we saw what the Great Commission was from the beginning. This is what he wanted the Israelites to do, okay, to be that example to all the other nations. That's what God wants you to do as well. As you are building this out, he wants you to send it out into the world. Go and make disciples. Go and get the clients, get the customers. Spread the word of what you have built, because all this came from God. And he wants to show dynamically his kingdom come, his will be done on earth as is in heaven. And that starts with you and your business. So enjoy those launches, enjoy those testimonials, those milestones, those case studies, all those things that are coming together to help to represent your business and your brand. You want to make sure that you are celebrating that. The joy comes from witnessing and spreading the word of your business. And lastly, they dedicated the wall. They are saying, God, this is all for you. This has become holy ground. You need to pray this over your business. This isn't just walking around having fun and saying, man, look what I created. It's like, no, this is holy. You're doing something dynamic. You're showing people Jesus through your business. I did campus ministry when I was at UIC, and the big thing was, missions, going to missions. And a lot of individuals were called to go into marketplace ministry, which is your business, going into the marketplace to serve the people. God calls a lot of people to do that. A lot of people may feel convicted, like, man, what is God calling me to do? If he gave you this idea, this is where he wants you at. If you're working at someone else's business, they're your client as well. So you want to work there excellently too. But then also, if he's calling you to build something out, you should be dedicating time to do that as well. So with that, they have dedicated this wall to God. It is absolutely beautiful. But after that, again, there's always something that needs to be structured. We're talking about structure too. We're talking about a build. It's not just dedicating it and everyone go about your way. Now, after that, they put people in administration in place. They have people to look over the storehouses. They put everyone in position, because if you celebrate, if you dedicate, but you don't have that structure, it's not going to last. That's why we talk about the structure and the infrastructure and all these things that are related to a build. All these architectural things are very key and essential. You have to have the building and the structure in place. You have to have the people in place too. And this is key, y'all, because emotions can fade. You have to have structures in place. You have someone who is super excited about something from the beginning, but they could be going through something, or eventually just not too excited about that vision anymore. You need to have your structure in place. So if there needs to be replacements, if other people need to come into the mix, if things need to change, it just flows smoothly and it doesn't just fall apart. And you're just kind of hoping, this one person in place, they were excellent, they were great. They may want to pivot. Now what are you going to do? You need to have all these different things, these operational things in place. Now, as we wrap this video up, I want to encourage you with this. God doesn't just finish what he starts. He formalizes it. Let that encourage you. He doesn't just give you the vision, you finish it, boom. No, he puts all the pieces together after that too. That's why I love right in the middle of Nehemiah. It's like, okay, the wall is built. And you'd be like, yay, the book is over. No, there's this whole second half of God showing, okay, it's built. But now I'm going to actually help you formalize it. I'm going to help you put the structures in place, put everything in place so that it's sustained. It's absolutely awesome. So now let's recap on the core themes of this video. The people complete the vision. The leaders absorb the cost first. Volunteers scale faster than obligation. Worship anchors restoration. And systems sustain what celebration launches. So Nehemiah 11 showed us that the vision becomes real when the people take their place. And Nehemiah 12 showed us that what God builds must be celebrated and stewarded. They didn't just build this wall to visit it. God wanted them to reside here. He wants them to worship here, and he wants them to govern this space. So that is where we're at. We are about to go into chapter 13, y'all. This has been a journey. I'm telling you, if you have not watched the other videos, I need you to go back and watch those before next week when we drop the final video. The 52nd day, we're dropping this video. This is going to be exciting. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell. You don't want to miss any of the future videos, especially the next one. And lastly, I want to wrap up and say, make sure you join the challenge. I'm here to support you. The Nehemiah 52-day build challenge is going to help you build out everything we've been talking about. Hope this has been stirring up a fire. I mean, come on, y'all. It's been 6-7 videos. Y'all should be like, okay. And y'all keep coming back to watch it. So God's telling you something. Why you keep coming back and watching it? God telling you something, okay? So God is calling you to build something. So go ahead and join the Nehemiah 52-day challenge. I want you to go ahead and hit that link, kingdomlegacyblueprint.com/Nehemiah52. And it's also in the description below. Go ahead and comment below. Let me know what is something that you are building out, something maybe you're nervous to build out, something that you started building out and you need more support. Let's have that discussion below. I will see you guys in the next video. Love you. See you next week. Bye.